Chase Bank's new policy on Iraqi Dinar in 2025, a game changer for currency holders? Welcome back to my channel, Iraqi Dinar RV. In a move that's sparking serious conversation among currency watchers and investors, Chase Bank, one of the largest financial institutions in the United States, has revamped its policy regarding the exchange of the Iraqi dinar. While not a headline-grabbing announcement, this quiet but meaningful change could have wide-reaching effects on the global foreign exchange scene, and particularly for those who have held on to the dinar for years, waiting for a long-rumored revaluation. Whether you're an investor with dinars in your drawer, someone watching Iraq's economic transformation, or simply curious about what this means for the global currency market, this shift at Chase deserves attention. Let's break it down. What's new, why it matters, and what it might signal for the dinar's future. Chase Bank shifts. Gears on dinar exchanges. Chase Bank recently implemented a notable update to its foreign currency exchange procedures, with the Iraqi dinar among the affected currencies. This change isn't just about internal banking policy. It has already caused ripples among dinar investors worldwide. Although Chase has made no formal statement about the revaluation of the dinar, often called the RV in investing circles, the increased scrutiny and stricter requirements for exchanging dinars at its branches have raised eyebrows. The new guidelines include tighter verification protocols, additional documentation about where the dinars were obtained, scheduled appointments for dinar-related transactions, branch-specific limitations on physical exchanges. While this might seem like a minor operational change, the timing and scope of the update have led many to wonder if this is part of a larger preparation for potential developments in Iraq's monetary policy. Why now? The big question is, why would a major U.S. bank make these adjustments now? One potential explanation is regulatory compliance. The global banking system is increasingly cautious when it comes to high-risk or speculative currencies. The Iraqi dinar, given its history and current trading status, is often subject to higher scrutiny than more stable currencies. Chase could be aligning its policies with anticipated changes in international financial standards, especially if regulatory agencies are pushing for greater transparency and anti-fraud measures in foreign currency exchange. Another interpretation, especially among dinar enthusiasts, is that Chase is positioning itself for a future increase in demand for dinars. These procedural updates may be laying the groundwork for a smoother handling process if and when the currency becomes more actively traded or sees an uptick in global demand. Interpreting the signals, market awareness, or strategic preparation. For seasoned investors, banks don't usually change procedures on a whim. Major policy shifts, especially around foreign currencies, are often indicators of broader strategic moves or early responses to developing economic trends. At several Chase branches, customers are now being asked to clarify the purpose of their dinar exchange, whether it's for travel, investment, or other reasons. That level of detail suggests banks are trying to better understand the motives behind dinar transactions, a practice typically reserved for currencies they expect to see increased activity around. In other words, this isn't about small-time speculation. This is about a global financial institution possibly positioning itself ahead of potential change. Iraq's economic path. Laying the foundation for a stronger dinar. To fully understand the significance of Chase's move, it's important to consider the ongoing economic reforms inside Iraq. In recent years, Iraq has taken meaningful steps to stabilize its economy, modernize its banking system, and reduce reliance on the US dollar for domestic transactions. Under Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani, the Iraqi government has made efforts to combat corruption in financial institutions, implement stricter anti-money laundering practices, strengthen the autonomy of the Central Bank of Iraq, CBI, improve management and transparency of oil revenues. These initiatives are slowly but steadily increasing confidence in the Iraqi economy. If these reforms stay on track, Iraq could be setting the stage for a more favorable valuation of the dinar in the global currency market. And that, of course, would interest banks like Chase, who need to be prepared for possible surges in exchange demand. A cautious but optimistic outlook. It's important to be clear. A policy change at Chase Bank is not a guarantee of a dinar revaluation. The currency won't suddenly spike in value simply because a bank revised its exchange policy. However, when a bank of Chase's size changes how it handles a foreign currency, it's a signal that the financial world is paying closer attention. Even more telling is the likelihood that other banks may follow Chase's lead. Historically, when a leading financial institution adjusts its posture toward a currency, it prompts similar action across the sector. This could be the beginning of a broader shift in how global banks view and handle the dinar. The digital future of currency. Is the dinar heading there? Another dimension worth exploring is the global movement toward digital and cashless economies. Iraq is not immune to this trend. The Iraqi government and central bank have both signaled interest in adopting more modern digital payment systems, such as mobile wallets, e-banking, and even the future potential of a central bank digital currency, CBDC. As more of the world transitions away from cash, currencies like the dinar will need to meet international digital standards. Banks like Chase may already be preparing to bridge the gap between Iraq's traditional currency and its digital future. Enhanced verification procedures today could help authenticate currency sources in a future dominated by digital money. What should dinar holders do now? If you currently hold Iraqi dinars, or are thinking about buying some in anticipation of a potential value shift, this development at Chase is a reminder to stay informed and cautious. Here's what you should do. Call your bank. Confirm whether they handle dinar exchanges, and if so, what their current procedures are. Ask about fees, ID requirements, and limits on how much you can exchange. Don't rely on rumors or hype. Stay grounded in real data and verified news. Understand, this is a long-term investment. The Iraqi economy is still stabilizing, and any changes in currency valuation will take time. Above all, remember that currency speculation carries risk, especially with currencies from countries that have experienced political or economic instability. Final thoughts. Are we seeing the first signs of a shift? So, is Chase's policy change a signal of bigger things to come for the Iraqi dinar? While nothing is guaranteed, it does suggest that the financial world is starting to take the dinar more seriously. If Iraq continues its reform path, stabilizes its political environment, and strengthens its economic fundamentals, global demand for the dinar could rise, and banks like Chase will be ready. For those holding on to dinars today, this may be the first step toward the legitimacy and recognition they've been hoping for. Keep watching, stay patient, and follow the signals, not the speculation. What do you think? Is Chase gearing up for a bigger financial shift? Could other banks follow? Is Iraq on the path toward a more valuable and respected currency? Join the discussion below. And if you found this analysis helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for the latest updates on the Iraqi dinar and global currency trends. This is the Iraqi Dinar RV channel, your trusted source for facts, not fiction. Disclaimer. This article is intended for educational purposes only and does not constitute financial, legal, or tax advice. The foreign exchange market is inherently risky and prone to misinformation. Consult with qualified professionals before making any investment decision. Iraqi Dinar RV is not liable for any losses or damages resulting from the use or reliance on this content.